The PPSH, a true icon amongst Call of Duty players. It never fails to be one of the best weapons in whatever game it's in. So today, we're going to take a short trip through memory lane and use the PPSH in every possible Treyarch Zombies game and try and get to round 50 with it. Starting us off, we obviously have World at War. The PPSH was truly a dominating force in this game, whether it was via multiplayer or zombies. Everyone wanted it and everyone used it when they got their hands on it, especially when it came to zombies. Unfortunately, it's only available on 2 maps, being Shinonuma and Der Riese, and I chose Der Riese. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this first run was complete and utter hell. In my naive brain, I thought to myself, grind out a few points, hit the box, get the PPSH, and then we're all groovy. I was so incredibly wrong. We make it to the box at the end of round 4. 4 grand in my pocket, and we get some great guns, including the MG42, the FG42, the Magnum. No PPSH. That's fine though, right? Grind out some more points and go again. Well, I did just that and still nothing. I was pulling some great guns, just not what I wanted. I then get to round 10, this is it. No PPSH by the end of the round and we'd have to restart. And I only go and pull the Wunderwaffe for the second time and the ray gun back to back. Like, I swear there are times when I'm the luckiest unlucky person going. And well, round ends, no PPSH, so we hit the restart button. For the first time in a while, my round 10 rule had to be enforced. So I ran it back, and can you guess what happened to this time around? Still no PPSH. Another 10 to 15 spins on the box, and not even a sniff. This time, however, I didn't even get a chance to hit round 10, as I died on round 8. So we go again. And yet again, it's more of the same. The box is happily giving me the goods, just not the right ones, and then I died on round 5 to a dog that spawned behind me and seemingly Spartan kicked me to death. Another attempt comes along, and it's the same story. Like, who could have seen that coming? At this point, almost an hour had passed, and I was about ready to commit a war crime, but then I had a genius idea. On PC, I can enter what is basically cheat codes into the console commands, so that's what I did. Now, I didn't know if there was a command that would just give me the PPSH outright. In fact, I'm fairly certain there isn't one, but there is one that gives you the PPSH. It also just gives you literally every other gun in the game. Not just that, it gives you every gun in the game, but it's both the Unpack-a-Punched and the Pack-a-Punch version. So scrolling through your inventory just to find the gun you want to use can be a bit of a pain in the ass. So with the PPSH and about, 50 to 60 other guns acquired, I got to it. Also, I know I could just cheat and use whatever, but I wouldn't do that, okay? Yes, I may cheat to get the weapon in question, but once I have it, that's all I'm using. I do have some morals, I stayed in the starting room with my PPSH for whatever reason, and during the round change from round 4 to 5, I switched into using the grenade launcher, just because, I was intrigued by all of the ammo I had for it. This then almost got me killed as all of the zombies spawn in, and I was quite literally caught with my pants down, as I now had to frantically scroll through my entire inventory just to find the correct gun. Luckily, I found it in time and got blasting. With that near brush with death, I decided to leave spawn to get the power on and some perks. When I reached the power, I thought, why don't we hit the box? Just to see what will happen, and well, the box is just empty, which might be one of the most unsettling things I've ever seen in zombies. I was a little distracted by the box when the next round started, which was dogs, and once again almost killed me. But I take them down, only for a dog to spawn right next to me as I'm red screen and just send me down. And just like that, it was game over, and honestly, I was done with World at War at that point. You know what? That's it. Don't care. Moving on. I'm done with this game, man. Oh my god. Oh, I hate it here. Our next game up is Black Ops 3, which is quite the jump. Right off the bat, I went straight to the mod menu just to give myself the PPSH from the get-go. I didn't really fancy having a repeat of World at War, With the PPSH in hand, I hung about and spawned for a few rounds and got myself some cheddar. At the end of round 4, I made a move for power, and not long later it was turned on. My attention from this point was turned to perks and Pack-a-Punch, and by the end of round 7, all of my perks were in place, and now I just needed to get the final dragon controller piece, which was acquired the following round. With that done, I made my way to Pack-a-Punch and got the PPSH upgraded. I also decided whilst I was there to get the Dragon Strike. I don't really know why, but I wanted it. The lockdown fight took a while as usual, but it was relatively easy, and soon afterwards, the Dragon Strike was mine. After heading back to the mainland, there wasn't much to do, so I started completing more Groff pods, just for something to do. Also, really wanted a maxi from one so I didn't have to waste my cashback so early on. A couple rounds later, and no max ammo, I'm making my way to the supply depot where I then get bamboozled by zombies and take a down. This was a little annoying, but it wasn't too big a deal. I clear all of the zombies in the area, grab speed, and then legged it for double tap as I now had a Valkyrie round to deal with. The PPSH paired with double tap just blitzed the Valkyries. The rest of my perks were acquired, and now I could finally unclench those cheeks. The rounds were coming and going pretty quickly as I hung about in the spawn area, as quite frankly, I never really know where to train on this map. Round 16 and things started to get a little spicy in spawn, so I moved over to the tank factory, which is where I typically like training on this map. Things were looking good in this area, the PPSH was cruising and so was I. The PPSH actually felt a lot better on Black Ops 3 than I'd originally thought it would. Because, spoilers, I've never really used this version of the gun before, but it was doing a good job. That was until round 21, where everything blew up in my face. I take it down about halfway through the round after just not paying attention to where I was going. From here, everything just spiraled out of control. I run back to spawn for a quick revive, and I also get a maxi to drop, which I didn't necessarily need, but I wanted it. The game had other ideas by instead bombarding me with zombies from just everywhere. I managed to take them down and survived by a thread. I run out to get the maxi, only to see it's despawned, and the dragon is now doing its thing. I turn back, only to get bonked by a zombie and take another down. I revive and just start blasting. This round had lasted a while, so I thought these were the remaining zombies. I was wrong, as another zombie spawned behind me and just proceeded to beat the crap out of me. And just like that, an entire run was over within the space of a single round. Round 6 and 21 so far for the PPSH. It's not looking good for our little Russian blaster, but the next run was almost guaranteed to be around 50. And I say that because we're headed to Cold War, and the PPSH in this game is actually pretty damn good. Even making it on the big stage meta with Warzone at one point, but we're here for zombies, not that stinker of a game. As usual, gotta hit him with the Rampage Inducer from round 1 to let them know we're serious. And early game, the PPSH meant business. I mean, starting with a purple rarity gun is always going to help, but SMGs in this game aren't really known for their massive damage output, but the PPSH was doing bits, even carrying me to round 9 without leaving spawn, which, now I say aloud, really doesn't sound that impressive. But round 9, we leave spawn and get a whole bunch of things done, including buying perks, being stamina up, jug, and deadshot, but that was added a little later. Not only were perks on the cards, but so too was Pack-a-Punch, and by the end of round 9, I had a pretty nice setup. The teen rounds quite literally didn't stand a chance. Even the first Megaton I fought on round 11 was turned into Swiss cheese. I hit round 20 within no time, and all I'd really done over the last 10 rounds was max out the PPSH with Pack-a-Punch and add speed cola to my perks. I didn't mean to do a full perk challenge as well, but the PPSH was just running the show, and I didn't really feel the need to add more perks just yet. Even the round 20 Megatons still didn't stand a chance against this thing. The midway point of the 20s finally saw me add the rest of my perks to my inventory, and I upgraded the PPSH to its maximum level a few rounds later. The PPSH was still going strong and did so all the way into the 30s, and then it managed to squeeze out just a little bit more juice before it started to slow down. It's now round 33, and we're starting to see the PPSH meet its match. Like I said earlier, SMGs in this game aren't really known for the damage output. The PPSH's maximum damage was a little over 15,000, but that was with the Deadshot round, and I'd have to be right up to a zombie schnoz to make it happen. The average damage was about 6,500 after the Deadshot round, and that low damage was beginning to show. The 30s started off okay, but as each round went by and we got closer to health cap, I could really feel the PPSH's damage struggle. Once I hit round 40, I threw on an ammo mod. Usually I like to do these without ammo mods on Cold War, but I already had Elemental Pop, so where's the harm in adding Shadow Blast just for a little extra oomph? The extra oomph was definitely helping as I made my way through the 40s. The regular zombies still went down pretty easily. Armored zombies and the Megaton, however, well, that was a different story. Both of these enemies were just tanks coming up against the PPSH, but with enough persistence, the PPSH kept pushing on. But then around 48, on my way back from re-upping my shield, I take it down. I get trapped in the accelerator room as a zombie crawls out from beneath a desk, blocking me and ultimately downing me. I won't lie, panic stations were in full swing here. It's the beginning of the round, I had no more stamina to run from my problems, my armor was already shredded, and I didn't have Tesla Storm charged. It was not looking good. I just about got the wave train together and then got to blasting, where I then get a lucky Shadow Blaster proc and take out the majority of the wave and charge my Tesla Storm, so I leg it to Wonder Fizz and get my perks bought. Of course it couldn't be so simple though. Plague Hounds aren't affected by Tesla Storm, and as I'm buying my perks, one of them tries to take me down and almost succeeds, but I then take him down first, and now I'm really panicking. I'm surrounded by zombies, but I somehow managed to weasel my way through all of the carnage back into spawn and then take out the rest of the round. Round 50 is soon upon us. We start the round by getting some armor, and instead of trying to get out the way I came in, I took the long way around just in case. The round went by pretty quick, to be honest. The pairing of the PPSH and Shadow Blast really did a number on the zombies. Also some nice drops helped along the way too. Not too long later, the round was down to just a few zombies. We take all of them down, well, all except one. I get some supplies from the work table, take out the last zombie, and then call for extraction. Yes, you do see Casimirs and a war machine in my inventory. I said round 50 with the PPSH, not round 50 and extract with the PPSH. I run down to the exfil and throw down a Casimir to take out the riffraff, and then fire off a few war machine rounds to finish off any stranglers. I pop my Tesla Storm, get the Megaton all stunned, and then take him down, and all that's left to do is extract. Round 50 with the PPSH completed it. Alright, yes, we did it on Cold War, but it still counts, alright? But that's not the end just yet. You see, there is one other game in the Treyarch discography that has the PPSH in it, and that game is Vanguard. That is right, we have Vanguard Zombies next, but I'm not going to make you sit through 5 minutes of Vanguard gameplay in the year 2023. I'm not a sadist. I got to round 42 and then died. So thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.